Welcome to the CHL Top 10 show presented by Kia. I'm Scott Van Kunit. This week, I chat with one of the top goal scorers from the QMJHL and one from the OHL. First, Memorial Cup champion Josh Lawrence tells us about his incredible start to his career in Halifax, how weird it was to trade in the St. John Blue for Halifax Green, and what the Mooseheads have to do in their final 15 games. Then, Nashville Predators prospect Nolan Burke tells us about signing his entry-level contract, how exciting it was to see his GM pulling off so many big deals, and the buzz around Sarnia as the team gets rolling. Here's Josh Lawrence. My first guest today is fifth in Q scoring with 86 points in 54 games. He's a 2022 Memorial Cup champion from the fifth ranked team in the Kia CHL Top 10 rankings, the Halifax Mooseheads. It's Josh Lawrence. Josh, how are you doing today?
Pretty good, not too bad. So
Good. Like I said, fifth in Q scoring from the fifth ranked team. It's your fifth year in the Q. You know, you've played over 270 games. But how much fun are you having right now playing for the Mooseheads?
yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Joining a competitive team in Halifax, and we've been on a pretty good run lately. So it's always a lot of fun winning, and we've been fortunate enough to be putting up some wins lately.
Well, you yourself had a solid start to your season with in Blainville. Just kind of take me through the whole trade process. You know, November 28th, you get traded to Halifax. How did you find out about it? You know, what were your initial thoughts?
Yeah, I was pretty surprised. Because usually a lot of the trades happen at the deadline, but I was really surprised. But I was really happy when I found out I was getting traded to Halifax. It's a really, really passionate fan base, a lot of energy, a great organization. And, the team's looking to go for a deep playoff run this year. And it was a really good opportunity for myself to, join a good team.
Well, obviously, you're really familiar with Halifax, having played the first 4 years of your career in St. John. What what's the rivalry like between those two clubs?
I think it's been a really good rivalry over the years between Halifax and St. John. And, there's been some really good games, and it's a little different. I know some of my old teammates from St. John's thought they'd never see me wearing a Mooseheads jersey, but here I am, Moosehead stuff on, and it's been a really good experience, and I'm really happy to be here.
Was it weird? Was it a little bit tough that first time pulling on the green of the Mooseheads jersey, having worn the blue for so long?
Yeah, it was definitely it was really weird to put on another jersey and wear another number, but you know I don't mind it. It's been going good, so I'm happy.
Obviously, must have been super excited at another chance at a yet another Memorial Cup.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't want to look too far in the future or think too far in the head, but being on a good competitive team, and it's been really fun, and competing every night with the group of guys we have. It's been a lot of fun, like I said, and just really looking forward to hopefully going on a deep playoff run.
Well, your first game was only a couple of days after you got traded. It was in Rimouski. You ended up with 3 assists in that game. When did you join up with the team? Did you have a couple of days, or did show up on game day? How long in between there?
Yeah, it was actually pretty funny. I was in Chicoutimi, and we took a bus back the next day, and I found I got traded. So then I drove from Montreal or Blainville, which is just outside Montreal, all the way to Halifax, and then we got on the bus the next day and went to Halifax back to Rimouski. So it was nice. It was a lot of travel, but we actually stopped in Fredericton to practice, which is my hometown, and that was nice too. But it was good.
So that game on the 30th of November was a 5-3 win over
Yeah.
Rimouski, and then you guys just went on a tear. 25 straight games without a regulation loss, and since you've been with the club, you guys have only lost the one game in regulation. Could you have ever dreamt a better start with an organization?
I don't know. I think it's obviously a good start, but it's not gonna doesn't really mean anything right now. We're just it was nice. It was a good run we went on, but we're really just focused on getting better every day, and uh, the wins are nice, but it's more about the process and how you win games, and that's really what we're focusing on right now.
Well, about 3 weeks after you were brought in, Cam Russell goes out and brings in one of the Q's leading scorers in Alexander Doucette. And then he goes on an 11 game point streak to start his career with the Mooseheads. So why is it, or how were you two able to fit so seamlessly with this roster?
Yeah, I think the team here in Halifax before we got here was good, and they put themselves in position to go out and be a buyer at the deadline, and obviously bringing myself and Alexander Doucette was I think the management and the coaches did a really good job. I think we kind of fit in right away, and the guys have been really welcoming as well, and it's just been overall a great fit, and it's been fun so far.
What was maybe the biggest challenge going into that dressing room for you? Obviously, winning helps everything and makes everybody happier, and when you're playing well, everything's going well. But what were some of the challenges for you joining that club?
Yeah, like you said, winning always helps with everything. So that was good. Being on a good team, and I think for myself, the biggest challenge has been like adjusting to the style of play. I played on a team earlier in the year in Blainville. It was just a little more defensive and less puck possession, and the team I've been on in Halifax is like really puck possession, really fast hockey team, a lot of skill, and it's kind of more suited to the style I was playing before in St. John. So it didn't take too long to adjust, but I think coming into a different room and with new coaches, you gotta feel each other out and get to know each other and build some chemistry, and I think we've done that, so it's been going good.
Now, both of the, bringing yourself in end of November, and then Doucette just before Christmas. Did Cam or Coach Favreau, did they come in and tell you guys, this is it, this is the group now, and now it's up to you guys to go get it done?
Yeah, like I think there's a lot of I wouldn't say expectations, but we know we have a really good group in our dressing room, and we want to win, and we want to win this year, and that's kind of been the message. But right now it's just focusing on getting better every day, because it's a long ways away. There's a lot of good teams in this league, and if you want to win, you got to keep getting better every day, and that's kind of been the main thing. But yeah, they basically said like we have a good group in here, and we know we have a good group, and it's on us to get better every day and try and compete for a President's Cup and a Memorial Cup.
So how much better was it for you guys and the rest of the team to get those deals done early, to give you a little extra time to bond and gel as one unit, and get familiarized with yourself?
Yeah, I think joining the team November was pretty early, and the guys were really, really welcoming, and it's a really good group of guys, pretty fun group of guys, and we have a lot of fun around the rink, and I think we're a pretty close group, and myself and Alexander said they've welcomed us really with open arms, and it's been a lot of fun, and we're still getting to know each other and building chemistry, but it's been good.
Well, you guys are obviously an offensive juggernaut. Jordan Dumais is, as we're recording this anyway, 1 point ahead of Connor Bedard for the CHL lead with his 106 points. Doucette's leading the queue with 44 goals. You're fifth in the queue with 86 points, and you guys are, I believe it's first, second, and fourth in goals, and top five in points, all three of you. So one would assume that you guys play on the same line 5-on-5, but no, you guys are all on your own lines, right?
Yeah, I know, it's pretty. I think we have a really deep team. It's pretty funny. We play on all different lines, but it's just the way it happens, and I think it kind of speaks to the depth of our team, and I think we have a really good forward group in Halifax, and really offensive, and I think sometimes the defense don't get enough credit. We have good defense and a really good goalie, so I think we have the team to do it, and it's just about getting better every day and believing in ourselves.
Well, you would know what it would take to win a Memorial Cup, obviously, having done so last year. Um, so how important is to to have, the balance of your lineup the way you guys have it right now?
Yeah, I think and to win championships, you need to uh, have a really deep team, and it's not going to be one line or one player. It's a group effort, and usually the teams that win are the close teams and really get along well, and have a really deep team, and that's something we're looking to do.
Six guys, over a point per game. Um, Again, just speaks to the depth. Cataford, Vidicek, Leroux, Biasca is almost at a point per game. You yourself are at a career high 39 goals. So what does Josh Lawrence still do to during the season anyway to keep improving himself?
Yeah, I think last year I was a playmaker, and I've always kind of been a goal scorer, but this year I've kind of focused on shooting the puck more, and getting to the middle of the ice and scoring some goals, and it's been going good so far. And gotta get a lot of credit to my line mates as well, and giving me the puck. And I think in general, just our whole team was just trying to create offense and get pucks on that, and it's been going well so far.
Yeah, I guess you could say it's going well. But how is it's like I said, it's your fifth year in the league. So how have you evolved, or your in-season routine, maybe your training? How has that changed from your rookie year to where you are now?
Yeah, I think you know 5 years in the QMJHL, you learn a lot of things, and I've had a lot of coaches and a lot of different teammates, and learning kind of like I think I've kind of evolved into like a 200-foot player who likes to contribute on the power play and the penalty kill, and uh, you know takes face-offs, and I think earning my coach's trust, and it's kind of just a process, just coming to the rink every day, trying to get better, and really being present, not trying to think too far ahead or think in the past, and it's kind of just uh, learning a lot from my teammates and my coaches. It's been a lot of help.
You mentioned face-offs, and I'm glad you did, because I was looking at the numbers, and you've taken over 1,250 draws this year. You've won over 61%, which is far and away the highest percentage across the CHL. So how often do you practice draws? Are you aware of, how dominant you are in the obviously you know that you win the majority of your draws, but compare relative across all three leagues, were you aware at all?
No, not. I don't really follow the other leagues too much, but it's always something I've valued and always try to get better on, because it's something pretty easy to get on better on, and a lot of coaches value puck possession, and to start the play and win the face-off. And in St. John, I had a face-off coach, Mike Eagles, and he helped us a lot. Watching video and just talking about different strategies and doing different repetitions on the ice and stuff like that. And it's kind of something I've continued in Halifax, just you know uh, working on my face-offs, and more of the mental side too, just like strategy and stuff like that. And uh, you know, it's just something, a little detail to help the team win, and any way that can help contribute, I'll try and do.
Well, how much pride do you take in that, knowing that like the coach can feel comfortable throwing you out in your own zone at the end of the game, up a goal, and trust that you'll win a draw?
Yeah, I think it's a big help for the team, and the coach. I take a lot of pride in the coach trusting me and to take big draws, and it's something I've worked on over the years in the queue, and something I'm continuing to work on and try and get better for the hopefully the next level.
And you mentioned the mental side of the game and face off specifically, but how, as a fifth year guy, can you help maybe some of the younger guys in the room on the mental side of the game.
Yeah, like you said, being an older player in the league, it comes with a leadership role, and we have surprisingly we have a pretty young team in Halifax, considering how good we've been doing, and a lot of really good kids, a lot of hard workers, and just trying to, I've had a lot of unique experiences, and just trying to share that with the younger guys, and a couple of tricks and tips, and they're really they're like sponges, right? When you're 16, you want to always trying to get better, and they ask a lot of questions, and it's been a lot of fun. As you get older in the league, you take on a bigger leadership role, and just trying to kind of show the ropes a bit. And it's been a lot of fun, like kind of giving back. Like when I was 16, 17, having older players giving me tips and advice on the road, and how to take care of your body. It's just kind of like a full circle kind of thing.
Do you feel like the older guy in the room now? Is it
Oh
weird
yeah,
being the older guy?
yeah, definitely this year, especially as a 20-year-old. Definitely, not so much last year. Last year, my team was really, really old in St. John, a lot of 19-year-olds, and but this year, I definitely feel pretty old. Some of the guys, and I'll be telling stories in the locker room, or like we'll be talking to them, and I'll be like talking about players in the league like 2 years ago, and they have no clue I'm talking about. And I'm like, wow, I'm getting pretty old now, I guess.
Well, okay, let's talk about a couple of games. December 31st, Cape Breton, a career game for you. 4 goals, 3 assists.
The puck there for Lawrence. Lawrence, a shot, scores. Josh Lawrence has his hat trick. Puck will come back now for Lawrence. Lawrence looking for his 4th of the game. He's coming in alone on fair. A back hit, scores. Josh Lawrence, goal number 4. And that's going to make it 11-2 for the Moose.
What happened in that game for you? Like, was it just like everything was clicking for you specifically? But obviously, it was a great game for the whole team.
Yeah, it was like you said, it was a really good game for us. I think the night before we had just lost in overtime, and we wanted a bounce back game, and you know good teams bounce back from poor performances, and it was just a really good team effort overall, and I think a lot of people had a lot of good nights, and it was a good game.
And then about a week later, you're back in St. John for your first games since hoisting the Memorial Cup there. Got an ovation from the crowd. You score the empty netter. What were the emotions like heading into that game and just like that entire game?
Yeah, I was obviously it was kind of it was pretty not emotional, just it was definitely a weird game, just coming back and playing on the other side and warming up on the other side and seeing some former teammates. It was the St. John fans were always really nice, and treated me really well, and they're really passionate there, and they gave me a nice standing ovation, which was nice, and it always brought back some really good memories, and it was good. It was a good fun night. It was good to get the win as well, so it was good.
What kind of similarities do you see? I know last year's team, like you said, was a much older team, but stylistically, are there any similarities between last year's team and the team that you're currently on?
Yeah, I think we play pretty similar offensively, and we like to play fast, and move the puck quick, and play dynamic, and we kind of been focusing on this year just in Halifax, playing away from the puck, because that when you score a lot of goals, the coach he's not really worried about the too much of the offensive side. It's just taking care of the puck and playing away from the puck. That's been a really big emphasis on for us the second half especially, and hopefully we'll continue that for a big run.
You scored it was six points in the Memorial Cup, a goal and assist in the championship game. Um, how much are you going to be able to use that experience in the dressing room now, and just telling the guys kind of what to expect in playoffs or in the Memorial Cup, like on what they need to expect and to prepare for?
Yeah, I think I think I have a lot of, like you said, I have a lot of unique experiences playing in St. John, and you know, I think also like there's other older players on the team as well. There's been deep playoff runs and uh, done some things in the league. So I think uh, just as a group, we just try not to focus too much on the future, but taking it game by game. And when playoffs get here, we'll be ready. And that's kind of the message. Just kind of taking it period by period, shift by shift, and getting better because we have a lot of good teams in this league, and everyone's getting better every day. So we're just trying to do the same.
Well, you've got 15 games left in the regular season. Obviously, scoring, like you said, you guys don't really have to work on that one. You've got that one down. But what are some of the other things away from the puck that, or defensively, that you guys want to work on, fine tune to be ready for that playoff?
Yeah, I think with any team, we're trying to play consistent. We played some really good games this year, and we've played some not so good games. And the win streak or the getting a point every game streak, like you talked about earlier, those weren't always the prettiest games. And right now, it's just we're focusing on kind of the process and trying to play a full 60 minutes because when we're playing a fast with the puck possession, and also being responsible defensively. We're a really hard team to beat, and that's just kind of our big focus right now. Is just trying to play consistently every night and be a really, really hard team to beat.
Have you been in your, with this being your last year in the QMJHL, only the 15 regular season games left in your career? Have you been able to kind of soak in the experience? I talked to Matt Maggio in Windsor, who said he's been taking videos at the arenas as it's the last visit that he's been there to kind of have some keepsakes. He said the younger kids kind of look at him funny. But have you been able to soak in some of those accomplishments that you've had throughout your Q career?
Not really, not too much. I think I've just kind of been trying to stay in the moment and trying not to think about all that stuff. I think maybe after the year, I'll be able to look back on some really good memories and some really good years. And but right now, it's just more focusing on staying in the moment is something that I really, really believe in. It's just going to the rink every day, trying to get better, and focusing one practice at a time, one game at a time. And 15 games goes by pretty quick, but I'm just trying to stay in the moment and just keep getting better every day.
15 games goes by really quick. How does the 5 years feel like it's gone by?
Yeah, it's gone by really, really, really fast. I think feels like yesterday I was 16-year-old in the league and playing against a World Cup team in Halifax when I was in St. John. But I've been on a long journey, but I think I'm better for it now, and I'm really excited for the final stretch here and to be on a really competitive team, a good team on my last year is something I'm really excited for. And Halifax is there's not really a better spot I could ask to be to finish my career out.
Yeah, what's it been like the atmosphere in Halifax for you? Well, as the team's ramping up for hopefully a deep run.
Yeah, it's been really, really exciting. You've seen the World Juniors this year in Halifax and how electric that building is, and the fans how passionate they are, and they've been really great. They've been really welcoming too, and it's been a lot of fun. The energy in the building, you can feel it, and whether it's a Sunday game or a Wednesday game or a Friday night, they always come out, they cheer for us loud, and they're really, really passionate. And we also see them on the road too sometimes. So it's a really passionate fan base, and I'm really fortunate to play here and play for such a passionate fan base.
Must be a lot nicer to have that passionate fan base. The building's going to be pretty full almost every night.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a lot of people say it's about as close as you can get to the NHL on the Q, and it's a really great organization. And I'm really happy to be here, and especially playing the Scotiabank. When you score a goal or when you win, it's really loud, and so you can just feel all the emotions with the fans, and it's really special.
Well, this weekend, you guys have a massive test. You've got Victoriaville, the sixth ranked club in the QMJHL top 10 rankings in Sherbrooke, and then you finish off the weekend with Quebec, obviously the top team in the Q and the second ranked team in the top 10 rankings. What do you guys have to do to come out on the right side of those games?
Yeah, I think it's obviously like you said, it's a really big test, and we've been looking forward to this weekend for a while now. We play Sherbrooke and in Quebec earlier this year, and on a kind of a back-to-back similar situation, and we're going to look to try and play Mooseheads hockey and play fast, play our game, and like you said, it's going to be a 3-3, so it'll be really tough mentally and physically, and it's kind of similar to the playoffs, so we're kind of treating it like that, and we're really excited for the test, and this is kind of one of the trips you want to be on when you're playing in the Q, try and compare yourself to other top teams, and it's going to be a really fun weekend for sure.
How nice is it for you guys this late in the season to have, not that you want to have a 3-3 against those teams, but
Yeah.
like you said, it's like a playoff moment for you guys where you're going to have to battle each team every night. So how lucky is that to have that in the schedule for you?
Yeah, it's going to be a great weekend, a great measuring stick, and 3-3s are really hard, and on top of that, playing three really good teams will be also hard. But we're looking forward to the challenge, and really, really excited.
Well, most likely your road to a Memorial Cup is going to run through one of those three teams, maybe Gatineau, depending on how things all shake out. But good luck this weekend, Josh. This has been really good, and hopefully good luck on a long playoff run.
Great, thank you. Thanks for having me.
My next guest was named OHL Player of the Week earlier this week after scoring 5 goals and 8 points in 3 games. His Sarnia Sting made the QMJHL top 10 rankings as honorable mention for the first time this season. He's Nashville Predators prospect Nolan Burke. Nolan, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm pretty good, thanks. Let's start with last week. You had your first 2 OHL hat tricks earlier in this year, and then just kind of take me through that game against Guelph.
Yeah, we kind of just came out hot as a team. I think we got a couple quick goals, and it was pretty easy for, kind of seemed like Guelph was a bit on their heels, and we kind of just kept pushing. And
prolonged pressure here in the zone. Passage off out in front, scores. Bring on the hats for Nolan Burke. Passage off. Scores. Nolan Burke gets the goal. Give him 4.
Obviously, I get to play with some pretty great players, so they made it real easy for me. And just kind of one of those games where you're just like, you're feeling it, your shot's feeling good, and yeah, just put the 4 in the net there, and yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Do you guys get up a little bit more for a game against Guelph? Like, does Passagov get you guys psyched up to make sure that you're beating his old team?
Yeah, I know. Right before the game, Sasha had a little funny speech for us and just kind of get us going, put some money on the board, and yeah, I know that one was an easy one to get up for. He kind of just I think that was his first time playing them, so yeah, no, that was definitely easy to get up for, and gave us something to kind of play for. So yeah.
Well, it ended up being a 9-1 win. What's been the biggest change for you this season? Already, career high in goals and points and 20 fewer games than last year. Is it just, older, smarter, or what things are you working on to become better?
Yeah, I think kind of my main goal heading this year is kind of build off last year. Just one of those things is if I knew if I wanted to get a contract and interest from NHL teams that I needed to kind of build off last year and not just kind of have a good year last year, a bad year this year, and then just like that was it. So I think it's kind of started in the summer. Just kind of have a big summer. I really wanted to work on my skating. I still thought I could get a lot more explosive and a lot kind of faster. So I worked on that a lot, and then just kind of just all the other little things like your shot, your hands, just like that kind of thing. But I think I focused most on my skating. I skate with Tracy Tutton down in Oshawa, so that definitely helped a lot. And then I also think I went to Buffalo Sabres rookie camp there, start of September, and I think that was kind of huge. I had a good camp there, and it was huge for my confidence coming into the OHL season, and just kind of showing that I can play at that next level. So yeah, I know. I think it's kind of just like knowing mentally that I needed to have a big season this year and build off last year, and then just kind of putting in the work in the summer to, make it happen. So yeah.
Well, what types of things do you work on to improve your explosiveness in your skating?
Yeah, so what like we really work on their kind of when you do like first 3 steps. I know she'll like videotape us with iPads and just kind of analyze our stride, like our knee bend, our ankle bend. Just kind of like there's like make sure like it's like a night like an angle, like just all the little things, like kind of technical things that help it. And then just like doing stuff in the gym. I know Tracy would be like talking with my trainer back at home in Peterborough, who would be like giving me different mobility exercises that would help with different movements. So yeah, I know it's a lot of technical stuff nowadays, I think, compared to what it used to be, but yeah, I think it's definitely helped.
How nice is it to be able to, have the video shot and then look at it instantly and see exactly where you're going wrong? Because I know you never think that you're not doing it right, but then when you can see it on video, it's hard to dispute.
Yeah, no, that's the one thing I think. Kind of just even my first couple sessions there is just my technique and stuff was just not where it needed to be to like be a better skater. And just even the video just instantly gets in the back of your mind, like, hey, I need to do this differently. And then you start thinking about it and like, oh, that does feel better. And then, it's definitely a huge help.
Obviously it paid off. You signed your entry-level deal with Nashville in early November there. What was that like for you?
Oh, it was a dream come true. It honestly all happened pretty fast. I remember I was talking to my agent. He was just like, hey, like, yeah, I think that's some interest in you. I went out for breakfast with one of the guys. And then I think a couple of weeks later, it was like official and it happened. And it was honestly like super surreal. And couldn't have asked to go to a better organization than Nashville. It's a beautiful city and they've had a lot of success in the last few years. So I know they know what they're doing, and everything's been great so far. And yeah, no, it's just a dream come true. And I never thought I'd even be able to say I signed a contract. So it's awesome.
A lot of new Nashville fans back in Peterborough now.
Oh yeah, a bunch.
Did that just take a lot of pressure off of you this season, getting it done so early, and now you could just go out and focus on playing and having a good year?
Yeah, I think it's huge. Just even the start of the year when you start to think about it, like, oh, if I don't sign this year, what am I going to do next year? Like, it's always in the back of your head. So yeah, I think it was a huge relief. I'm super lucky that I got it done so soon. A lot of other people haven't been as lucky, and I know I know it's tough. So I'm super lucky, and it was good to be able to have a good start and then just kind of keep going.
What was their message to you after signing the deal?
Yeah, they were super happy. They kind of just said like, hey, just keep working hard, gave me a couple things to improve on. They've been in touch a lot, just kind of keeping track, let me know, sending me video of my games and kind of just showing me like what I could do better, what they like. And so, yeah, no, it's been good so far. And yeah, no, it was just, they were just happy to get it done. And yeah, it was good.
Obviously, it never hurts playing with a guy like Ty Voigt, who's second in the OHL with 81 points. You've only been held off the score sheet 9 times this season. So what is it about you and Voiter that complement each other so well?
Yeah, I think it started my first year back in, I think it was the COVID year, whenever that was, feels like forever ago. But I kind of remember I was playing with him and Jacob Pro, and that's kind of where I got most of my points that year. I didn't have many of them, but they kind of came from there, and we kind of just seemed to know where to find each other. And then kind of all started last year, just playing together. It was me, Voigt, and Dan, and then we gelled, and we started off hot, and we kind of kept going it through the year, and then obviously we had a really, really good start again this year. And me and Voigt are really close. We hang out outside the rink. We'll come over and just watch OHL games together and just like chill. So yeah, it's I think it's just like we kind of get each other. We know where to be for each other on the ice, and yeah, it's just paid off. And I mean, obviously for me, it's super awesome. I get to play with someone like to the high caliber as Voiter, and I'm extremely lucky. So yeah.
How nice is it to have the trust from the coach too, to keep you guys together for so long?
Yeah, Tanger's great. He's, there's been a couple, we get a couple little stretch where we're not clicking as well as we usually are. And he'll kind of pull us in and say, hey boys, like, I'm going to keep you guys together. You've done a lot, like you've carried a lot of the offense. So just kind of keep going. Don't get discouraged. It'll come back. And then usually figure out how to get it back on track. So, that part is huge. They kind of, they know that if we keep us together, we'll figure it out. And they don't just kind of split us apart whenever there's a bit of a issue, or not issue, but just a bit of a slump. So yeah, no, it's been good.
Well, shortly after you signed your entry level deal, GM Sika goes out and gets one of the most dynamic players in the OHL in Sasha Pashajov. What did that do to the dressing room?
Yeah, I think it was instantly big for us. He's a guy that comes in, and he's a funny guy. He's a great personality. So he fit in right away, no problem. And obviously, like you said, I think he's probably one of the most dynamic players in the OHL. I think he's one of the best players in the OHL. The way, he has a great shot, great hands, and great vision. So it's been awesome to get to play with him too. And he came in and clicked right away, and that was a great trade for us. I really I think set the pace for the rest of the season and the rest of the moves we made.
You suffered an injury shortly after that, right around that time anyway, and missed about 10 games. What did you learn about your team while watching the team?
Yeah, I know it was super unfortunate not be able to play with all the guys and watching them, but I just you kind of see like other guys step up. I think that's when I really realized how good Sasha was. He was unreal, and then I think at that time too we were playing with like 4 defensemen as well. We had a big blow to the D-core. I know we had Richie, our other OA, playing, and then I think it was 2 forwards and 05. And so it was like we were super young back there, and we only had 4 of them. I think we had a forward playing back there most nights too. So it was like it sucked watching because I wanted to be out there to help more, especially because of how shorthanded we were. But I kind of realized that the resiliency we had as a group, and that even with all that adversity, we still kind of found a way to keep the ship going north. So I thought it kind of taught me a lot about this group and how good we are.
Did you go in and talk to the guys, like try to keep motivating them, help them at all, even though you're not out on the ice?
Yeah, I'd come in. I know Tanger brought me in a couple of times, read the lineup before the game. Just kind of after the game, if we had a bad game, just kind of keep them encouraged that it's going to happen. We're young, we're young right at the moment. A lot of injuries, battling a lot of adversity. So yeah, just kind of keep their mindsets right. Try to not let them get discouraged, because a lot of things were out of their control at the time. So yeah.
Well, and then GM goes out and gets one of the best puck movers in the OHL, and Christian Kyrou. Again, what are you guys saying in the room when you see him pull off that one?
Yeah, so after that one, it was kind of like, okay, we're serious now. Like I think we're all in. I think we're going for it. So, it was kind of cool. I know just I think there's a group of five of us. It's me, Ryan Mass, Ben Goudreau, Ty Voigt. Is it just us? And then Nolan Dillingham. And we've been around since before the COVID year, like even before that. So it was kind of like the 5 of us. And I thought we were all talking about how cool it was that they said they were going to build the team kind of around that 03 group, and it happened. So, I think it just showed hey, we're a good team. And it showed that the trust he had in us as a group, and that we were for real. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, obviously you had a handful of games the year before that, but the U5, that first full season together, that 1920 season, did the coaching staff or the management, did they talk to you guys and say, hey, we're not done? If you guys can do a little bit more, maybe we can do a little bit more too?
Yeah, I remember just kind of we had a little chat with Dylan and stuff, and he was just like, hey guys, I really want to make more trades. Just keep us winning. Let's win some games, get going, and I'm really going to get this done. And I mean, he kept his word. So yeah, no, it was it was cool just kind of talking to him, and yeah.
Well, yeah, he after World Juniors, just before the deadline, he doubles down again and gets Del Mastro and Del Belbaluz in a pair of separate deals. You get some more scoring, and then you get that big body puck mover on the back end, and everybody knows how important it is to have a big guy like Del Mastro back there.
Yeah, I know. When we were kind of all shocked when that happened. We were like, holy crap. But no, obviously everyone was super excited. They've both been great for us so far. he's one of the most steady defensemen I've ever played with. So he's been a huge help to our back end, just kind of closing out leads and stuff. And then, Del Bell instantly helps our scoring, helps our power play, helps all top 6. So just does all that right away. So they've both been great for us, and they're both great in the room too. They're both natural leaders. They're both great guys. They get along with everyone. So yeah, no, it's that trade would just kind of set us over the edge. And I think we have one of the best groups in the OHL on paper, and we're starting to put it together on the ice now. So we think we can make a long run. So hopefully we can.
Yeah, I was going to say, you've only had about 17 games with everybody in the lineup, and you're 11-5-1 in that stretch. So does it feel like things are coming together now?
Yeah, it does. We lost a couple tough games. We have a big win, and then we kind of get a bit too high and we lose to some of the teams lower on the standing. So, we're still kind of learning how to play with that consistency every single night. But definitely, it's definitely coming along. Like even last weekend, we had a big win versus London. We had another good game versus London. We should have won. We just kind of couldn't close on the third. Another lesson, and then we kind of brought in against Monday against Flint, and we kind of won 7-3. Kind of just closed out again. So that's consistency is starting to get there. So, but yeah, no, we think that we're definitely heading on the right track for sure.
With so many deals, how long does it take for everyone to gel and feel comfortable with each other? Find the right combinations of who's going to work well with who.
Yeah. So we like a lot of the guys kind of just knew most of the guys kind of like came in, just from being training with them the summer, playing with them before, stuff like that. So I think the off ice transition part's easy, and then just the on ice part takes it'll take like 4 or 5 games, just kind of learn how that player plays, where they're going to be, and then obviously the coach has got to try some different lines, tinker around with it, see what works. But I think we got something good. I think we're starting to kind of get more consistent stuff now, and I'm starting to learn how each other play and where to be. So yeah, I think we're starting to get to the point now where it's pretty dialed in now. I think we all know each other pretty good.
I know there's not a lot of off days in the schedule, but did you guys find any time to do any team activities I know you said most guys kind of know each other, but to come together more as a team and as a close group?
Yeah, we've done done a couple movie nights. We have a lot of older guys now on the team, so we all went down to a concert. And then you just like sitting around the rink all day playing sewer, just kind of goofing around. But yeah, no, I think we've done pretty good so far to kind of getting everyone together as a group. And yeah, no, it's starting to become like a big, like one big team, which is good. And yeah, no, we're really starting to dial it in.
And what did management, coaching staff say after Del Mastro and Del Bell came in and said, what, we're done? What was their message then?
Yeah, they just came in and said, they pulled us all in and said, hey boys, this is our team now. This is the team we're going to war with in the playoffs. This is it. So just everyone get excited, get to gel. Everyone get to know each other, and yeah, and they said that they think that we have a group that's capable of winning the whole thing, and they kind of gave us that confidence that hey, like you guys can win this thing, and just kind of if you play it together on the ice, then you guys will be good. So yeah, it was just kind of like let us know that hey, like this is it. This is the team we're going in with, and yeah.
Does it almost seem a little surreal, like when you're sitting in the room now, looking at the guys that are in the room with you, like this is the best Sting team that you've played on in your career there?
Oh yeah, by far. I remember my year I got drafted. That was the year that they lost in the second round of Kitchener when they had Kyrou, like the older Kyrou, Jordan. They had all those big guys, and I remember the first game we were up in a box and the whole place was sold out and it was loud and it was unbelievable. And obviously the team, like they went for it that year. So the next year was a bit rougher. I was up for I think 13 games, but I think we made playoffs first round. We got swept by Saginaw, and then obviously the next year we didn't even make playoffs, but COVID shut down anyways. And then last year was a bit step forward. We kind of struggled with consistency at times, but we pushed Windsor to 6, and it was a good series. We battled really hard. So yeah, no, this is kind of the first time that this team I've been on like the winning side of this team. So it's super cool, and it's super cool to be able to kind of play with the whole organization the whole way and kind of see it through the end and then go for it my last year. So I guess I'm lucky in that way. I've never had to be traded or anything, and I get to kind of go for my last year. So yeah.
Can you feel it in the rink right now? Like, is there a buzz in Sarnia with everything that's been done and how well you guys have been playing?
Oh yeah, you can definitely feel it. Like I think the last 3 games have been completely sold out. I know next Friday's already sold out. So you kind of just like a lot of people are taking way more interest. A lot of the fans are a lot louder. So yeah, I think there's definitely a big buzz in Sarnia now. And I know we feel in the room, we're confident in ourselves. We're confident in our group. We know that we can go in any night and win. So yeah, now it's just kind of getting that consistency down and just kind of getting ready for playoffs now.
Well, like you said, consistency, 15 games left in the regular season. What kinds of adjustments do you guys need to make to become more consistent in your game and get ready for the playoffs?
Yeah, so right now the last couple of games, we've kind of got out to big leads, and then we kind of sat back a bit on our heels and kind of let the other team take it to us a bit. So I think right now our biggest thing is just kind of get that lead, get that first goal, and then just keep pushing the rest of the game. Don't sit back. Don't give teams opportunity to kind of sniff in on us. So so I think we've done it. We've had some great games where we've closed out third periods. We've given the team like 5 shots or less. So I think it's just kind of keep with that mentality and just kind of keep pushing forward and not sitting back and letting teams come to us.
Is it hard to believe that it's already your final year in the CHL and the OHL?
Yeah, it's honestly wild. Like I still remember kind of sitting down here in my build house, and it was I got called up from Pickering in the OJ. I remember, just kind of chilling here for the last couple of months of the season and thinking like, oh, I'm going to be here for so long. And then now it's just like, it's honestly, it's like people, they always like, I know everyone always says like, don't take it for granted. It goes by quick. And it's true. Like it goes by super quick. And I love playing for Sarnia, so it's going to suck leaving. It's definitely went by super quick.
I talked to Matt Maggio last week, and he was telling me that he's taking pictures in the different rinks that he's not going to play in again, or shooting some videos just to kind of keep track so you can look back on it. Have you done anything like that, or just kind of soaked in the different buildings for the last time when you've been there?
Like I haven't taken pictures or anything, but like we've kind of, I know like me, Dillingham, and Richie, we've kind of made mental notes that, hey, this is the last time we're going to be playing in this building. So just kind of, I think it's just kind of soaking in before like, wow, like, I've played here so many times and then this is it. So, but yeah, so I might start doing that though. I'll talk to Maggio maybe next time we play them and tell him that, but I might start doing that.
What's it like being one of the old guys in the room now? Or is it because you guys are a bit of an older team? Do you not feel like the old guy?
Yeah, it definitely helps having an older team. I remember my first year just being like the rook, like the young guy, and just kind of looking up like, wow, these guys feel so much older than me and all this. And then, now to actually to be here, it's kind of cool, just all the little different things. You like Perks is kind of, it's an older guy. You kind of know everything more, what to do better. So definitely has a Perks. He's trying to also teach the young guys, like, especially right now, we have a lot of young guys that are playing because of how old we are. So you just kind of keep reminding them that, hey, we've all been there. We've been in your shoes. So just kind of keep enjoying the process, keep working hard. And then next thing you know, you'll be where we are. But yeah, no, it's definitely cool to be the older guy instead of being the younger guy. And I know it's fun.
Do you embrace that mentorship role with the younger guys, showing them the ropes and guiding them at the start of their careers?
Yeah. I know I try to, it's just especially like, I know what it's like to not like to play, 6 shifts in a game and not to play a lot of minutes and be scratched a bunch. So, I just try to keep reminding them that, hey, like even next year when a lot of us are gone, you're going to get the chance to play a lot. So, just make sure that when you get that chance next year, you earn it and you take advantage of it and you run with it. So just keep working hard now and keep working hard this summer so that when you do get that chance, then, you'll, in a couple of years, you'll be playing, power play, penalty kill, all that kind of stuff that they don't get to do right now. So, I try to just kind of keep reminding them like, hey, like, don't get discouraged. It'll all be worth it in a few years.
How much are you, I know you haven't had a lot of playoff experience. We already touched on that, but how much are you looking forward to hopefully having like a really deep, long run this year?
Yeah, I'm super excited. Just kind of, I remember last year kind of just sitting at home watching that Hamilton Windsor series on TSN, and it's just like you just wish you were there as a player. That's your whole goal, is to be there. And just kind of like that playoff mentality, kind of just everyone takes it up another gear. Everything's a lot more intense, everything means so much. So I'm just kind of super excited to get into that mentality of like, hey, like everything means everything. You got to block every shot, you got to back check your hardest every shift. So yeah, no, I'm just super excited to kind of just play for that, and hopefully play into June. That's the goal.
Well, that playoff mentality could start this weekend with your 3-3, with London on Friday, Saginaw on Saturday, and North Bay on Sunday. Obviously, you're going to have to, if you want to be successful, have to be able to beat those teams. So what do you guys have to do this weekend to be able to test yourself and improve yourselves against those guys?
Yeah, it starts with London. We've seen them a lot recently, so what it's going to be like. They're a fast team. They play hard. They transition the puck really well. So I think it's kind of just keep doing what we did the last 2 games against them, and then just not sit back and kind of keep pushing the pace on them. And then Saginaw, I think they're 2 points behind us right now for third. So we gotta we got to win. That's a really important game for us. Just kind of, stay ahead of the standings and kind of keep making keep making a gap between us. And then obviously North Bay is a really good team in the East, and it's always a good challenge playing them. So yeah, just kind of make sure we're not getting, just kind of keep looking after our bodies, because we're gonna be tired, but just keep kind of finding gear like we would need to do in playoffs, and try to pull to win.
How nice is it to have those extra games against London at this time of year, knowing that you'll probably have to face each other at some point in the playoffs?
Yeah, it's kind of good. It's kind of good, especially in the year, to kind of, ramp up the rivalry a bit, get the fans get in it and all that. So, it's super good just to, kind of like ramp it up, get in each other's faces. Every game with them's intense. And, if we do play each other in the playoffs, I know that the fans will be nuts, and it's only an hour drive. So both buildings will be packed and it'll be loud. So yeah, no, it would be a super cool matchup.
Are you secretly hoping for a matchup against London? I know you've done really well against them this year. 4 goals, 7 points, 8 points, right around there.
Yeah, I mean, it's either way. Whoever we're gonna have to play in the second and third round is gonna be a tough matchup. I think that it would be awesome playing them, just because of like how close we are and how like the rivalry's been for all the years, and the fans would love it. So I think it'd be super cool to play them at some point. Yeah, for sure.
One of my favorite series in all the CHL is that those New Year's Eve, New Year's Day games that Sarnia and London seem to always play. Those ones they can get pretty intense.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, it's cool playing them. Just the early games on New Year's. They're usually always pretty sold out, the home and home. So yeah, no, it's super cool.
Well, Nolan, good luck this weekend. Should be a good test for you guys. Good luck in your final 15 games, and hopefully a long playoff run for you.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thanks for the time.